What up, my foxy peoples? I'm Sam.
And I'm Brian.
And this is You and Me. And the beat drops now.
Wiki, wiki, wiki.
Really? You ruined it by that.
You can take that off of there.
Okay, well, I'm going to. Yo, yo, yo.
Howdy, howdy.
Western people.
Western people.
Well, you said howdy. Yo, peoples of the world. How you guys doing today? We hope you are having a great week, and welcome back to our podcast. I think I went through puberty. On today's podcast, we are gonna talk about I don't really know how you call it, like a subject, but because it'd be like a really long name. Okay, well, here's the question. What age do you think that you lose your imagination? That kind of like that.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Or sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Sense
of that's better. Yeah. What age do you guys think that you lose your sense of adventure? Do you remember, Brian, when you were a kid and in your mind you think you can just do whatever you want?
Yeah.
You didn't worry about people judging you. You didn't worry about, oh, I don't think I can do that. Oh, yeah. I may not. You know, you were like just open to everything.
Yeah. I actually read an article, and I can't remember the source, but it was talking about how kids, when they're young, actually have the minds of geniuses, but they lose that over time because they start to adapt to, well, if I do this, mom and dad don't look at me like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They want you to act a certain way and do different things. And,
and like the world.
And when you do things that are a little bit different, trying something new, then they get that, oh, that's not accepted from me kind of thing. So then as they grow older, they start to lose that because they know that they shouldn't try new things necessarily in certain ways because
Gabriel is acting up in the background. Sorry, guys, that's our child. Yeah, I mean, you're not, and it's not even just like your parents, but like the world, like you get older and like all of a sudden as you get older, like I don't know, I think it's probably around middle school or something, you worry more about like what people think about you, so it stops you from actually expressing yourself or actually experiencing some of the things you just naturally want to do in life because you're so worried about what other people think.
Yeah, or trying new things.
Right.
Yeah. It's
like when do you grow up? Like I think growing up is probably like the worst thing ever. It's great in the sense of you're like responsible and you get to do stuff on your own and you know you don't have someone telling you what to do. But on the other aspects, growing up, people like, oh, why don't you grow up? And like they automatically narrow that to just working a regular basic job and then going home. And then for some people, like, oh, you just grow up, you get married, you have kids, you go to work, you come home. You live in that same rut of a basic life. I'm like, why is that acceptable?
Right.
Why is that the dream? Because it sounds horrible. Like that, and that's partly why like we wanted to start this podcast and our vlogs, because like me and Brian, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure I'm speaking for Brian too. But I knew that there was more in life than just going to work, coming home, going to bed, going to work, coming home, and like little bits of excitement. Like there's more to life than just working every single day and coming home.
Yeah.
It's like that's why people get so burnt out, and that's why they feel, you know, like so tired because they're not experiencing life to the fullest, I think.
Yeah, everybody has that sense of adventure that they want to, you know, use and have fun and do different things, and they only do it like maybe once or twice a year when they take their vacations, and other than that, it's just life is more routine.
Right. It's like people are scared to step outside that box, which I get that there's a lot of things like there was like even with vlogging, there's so much to it just on basic stepping outside your box and stepping outside my comfort zone of like videotaping myself. That is like one of the top things that I am the most self-conscious with. Like, how do I look? Is my hair decent? Do I look chubby? Stuff like that. And it's, you know, I'm so worried about like what other people think, and I just like, why should I care what other people think? If people are gonna watch these videos, they're gonna see me for who I am. They're gonna see Brian for who he is, which, you know, is just smiles all the time.
Whatever.
They're gonna see Chris and Matt. It's just, they're real videos. They're just about our life. They're simple videos. They're just stuff that happened in our daily lives, just random stuff, me scaring people, or Maddie's choir concert, or just different stuff that happens through our life that people want to watch.
Yep.
But I think it's just important just not to focus on what other people think, and just not grow up so fast. I mean, don't lose, just because you get older, don't lose that sense of adventure and that sense of like wanting to do more
or trying new things, you know.
Yeah.
Just, you know, don't quit having fun. Don't let that stop you from still enjoying yourself.
Right. If you have a great idea, do it. Just do it. Don't care what other people are going to think, because that's going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we actually cared what other people think, like, I probably would have never started vlogging, would have never probably started this podcast, or it would be different. Like, we've had so many people like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And it's, you know, great ideas, but it doesn't mean we have to do them.
I've always had the people that said I was too quiet to try radio, and they were all shocked by it and everything.
Yeah, I know, because your voice is, like, perfect for radio. It's like, you have a great radio voice. Oh, well, there. Or like me, I didn't even go to school for it, and I'm great. Says myself.
See, we are outside the box right now.
I know, there's people always say to me, like, this is the number one thing that people say. There's no one like me, or you're a mess, or one of a kind. It's something like that. But I'm very out there. I'm very pretty much outspoken. Like, me and Brian are basically, have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences. Like, Brian, he is quiet with certain aspects, but when you talk about like something that he's actually really interested in, he'll have a full-blown conversation with you. Or something that's just really interesting in that I don't care about.
or like history or something, and you're just like, I'm so bored.
I know, you like go on and on about something about a brick wall or something. You've done that before. You have. Don't act like you haven't done that. You did that. It was a couple weeks ago. Kevin, you can vouch for me. Kevin's not here, but he can vouch.
Brick wall, huh?
Yeah, remember about the all... Oh, I was actually listening. About the all... These are the oldest bricks, and they were actually... Remember in Edwardsville?
That was a long time ago.
I'm still saying that you talked about it.
Well, yeah.
That's my point. Anyways. My point is just... It's always good to just step outside the box. Because if we were boring, you know, who would want to listen to that?
Right.
I guess boring people would. Yeah. So if you're listening, you're not boring.
Exactly. You're like one of us outside the box.
Outside the triangle. I always like having fun ideas. Or I think it's funny because, like, we're kind of morbid with stuff. Like, the stuff that we find funny, that, like, other people don't find funny. Like that one time when we went to that Chinese restaurant, and that father and I was next to that father and son, and the dad was asking the son, "Okay, do you want some of these noodles?" And I turned around and I'm like, "No, I'm good, thanks." But he gave me like the dirtiest look. I'm like, "Okay, you have no sense of humor."
I forgot about that.
I know. I'm like, I didn't know what to do, so I just walked away. So I'm like, I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, man, that's hysterical. If someone did that to me, I would like die laughing. But he just like looked at me, and I'm like, okay, you're not cool. And I just walked away.
But yeah, sometimes people just don't have that sense of humor and just fun and little things.
It's like they just get old and grumpy.
Grumpy.
There's a lot of grumpy people in the world.
Definitely. But you know what?
But, like, younger people are, like, I don't know, they're more... And I get it, because, like, if you think about it, like, every older person will say, when I was younger, I did all these crazy stuff. Why'd you stop?
Right?
Like, I don't... Why did they have to be, like, history stories?
Like back in the day.
I was a crazy fella. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why can't you still be a crazy fella?
Yeah, you can still have fun. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, granted, like,
your body
changes.
So,
yeah, like, you feel old, but come on.
Some of the things you couldn't do before, but still, there's things you can still do and have fun with.
It's like, you don't have to be a boring person and then steal other people's joy. But our message to you people is to just make sure you stay outside that box. Don't grow up. Don't get old.
Be adventurous and enjoy life.
To the fullest.
All the time.
And then some.
Like us.
Yeah, I think I think I'm enjoying life the older I get, rather than like when I was younger.
Yeah, because it seems like for us, there's more opportunities.
Yeah, there is. I'd say so, and we find the joy in like smaller stuff.
Yeah.
So that's always important too, because you don't always just to have joy. Like a lot of people think you gotta have money and stuff to have happiness. Granted, it helps, but
right.
You don't have to. There's like a lot of free stuff you can do. That's a lot of fun. Like you can go for a hike, and if you don't like hiking, you can go for a nice stroll.
Or maybe a bike ride or something different. I don't know.
I don't know. Bikes are uncomfortable. You know that saying, speaking of this, because this has nothing to do with anything, but you know that saying, it's just like riding a bike. You know, like, you never forget. I rode a bike at your parents' house, and I haven't rode a bike in, like, years. It is not like how I remember. I couldn't remember how to stop. I hit a car. Granted, it was Brian's, but... Like, the seat was uncomfortable. It was only, like, a centimeter thick. And why do they not make seat covers that are, like, bigger, like a cushion? Like a couch cushion. A couch cushion size?
Well, I don't know about a couch cushion, but they make, like, those...
That sounds great.
They make, like, those bigger ones that got, like, the springs.
Yeah, I need one of those. But it needs to be, like, a memory foam.
Memory foam.
That's the price that I'm going to pay to ride a bike. I need, like, a cup holder, a TV on it. I don't even watch TV, but that'd be nice.
It's got to be as comfortable as your recliner.
Yeah, I want to basically lay all the way down. Where it feels like I'm barely doing any work whatsoever. Well, we hope you guys keep listening to our podcast, and we thank you for all the love and support that you've been giving us. But pretty soon, we're going to start selling bracelets, which is
going to be really a lot of fun. You guys are going to think those are pretty cool when we start showing them off in our videos and different things.
Exactly. They're going to be black. Yeah, speaking of, like, when I said last time, there's no rubber bracelets that I could find. That's why we're making them. Yeah. I still have not found any. And it makes me mad because my wrist is feeling bare.
Well, we're soon to have some.
Yeah. I think they're coming from China, but I'm not for sure. But yeah, they're going to say, you right on one side, which is our, thing that we say. And then you and me podcast. And then it shows like a little like button for like represent kind of Facebook deal. But so if you want a bracelet, let us know in the comments, or you can message us on the You and Me page through Messenger or anything like that. And make sure you keep checking out our vlogs. Post twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, and every podcast drops every Friday.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh la la.
Ooh.
That's me and Brian's sexy talk. All right, guys, we hope you have a great... that made me laugh. We hope you guys have a great... I can't stop laughing. We hope you guys have a great weekend, and just let us know why you think people get old.
Or if you do something fun or have a fun story of some time you've done something fun, hey, share it with us. It might be kind of fun, too.
If we asked Maddie that question, her'd be like, the funnest time I had is when I... fell off the bed. It'd be like something depressing or something.
Hey, Chris would be, I got this.
That story, if we asked Chris, that story would literally last forever.
Probably.
And it'd be like, this one day I was wearing this blue shirt, and I got this blue shirt from my grandma, but and it hasn't. He gives us all these details that have nothing to do with the story.
By the way, it was blue.
It's like, and that's how I fell off my bike. Like, what? Like when he tells us stories about McDonald's, it's like I'm looking at my watch like every 15 minutes. I'm like, he's still telling this thing? How much could happen? All right, guys. See you next week, peeps, on a
Corner.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Remember, my foxy peoples.
Be blessed.
Be humble.
Be kind to one another.
You and me, over and out. Yow!